Since my last version of Factory, I made a lot of changes based on all the feedback that I received. And when reviewing this feedback, the most common problem that I saw was that people were pointing out that the choke points were really too tight and that there was no room for util to be used since the ceilings are like really low and you couldn't really move around. So those are the two things I saw that was really common when reviewing the feedback. And so when making these changes, I focused on hitting those 2 points from the feedback, and I in general, overall, I appreciate all the feedback that I received, and it really helps me, like, understand what I need to change and what I need to look at when, working on these levels, and I would like to see that in future videos or, levels I make, which would be pretty cool. So with that being said, I'll get right into the changes of Factory. First, I want to compare the old digital sketch and the new digital sketch for Factory so that you can get a sense of the changes I made, and then I'll get more into detail with the changes when I show off the Blockout version. So here is the old version of Factory, and here's the new one. This is what layout-wise. And keep going back and forth, you can see there's a lot of changes to it, and we'll get right into them right now. So for the A changes, I made it so that it's way more open. So here's a new version. It's way more open. Got this cubby right here the attackers can work with, as well as I moved the box here to attacker side, a small yellow box. As well, I got rid of this little divot right here and made it so that attackers can hide in the small little corner right here, but there's a little slant right here. So if you're a defender, you can push up probably, get a little off angle possibly, and get a kill and dash out. Or maybe even if you want to push up here and take the fight. And for A side itself, got rid of this 50-50 angle. It's right here. Got rid of that and made it so that it's like you can peek the single first, the right side, and then peek the left, like so. Peek it properly. And other thing, I got rid of the slanted angle back here and made it a 9-degree angle so attack or defenders have more room in back sight. And that's pretty much all of the changes for A. Now for mid, I got rid of this double stack box right here, and then I added a ramp that leads to a platform where it gives you attackers a height advantage and can fight from throughout. Then I got rid of this the slanted angle right here, as well as slanted angle right here. Get rid of both of those. Made a 9-degree angle, as well as right here. I kept the slanted angle right here a little bit, so that defenders could peek in a little bit more and have more space. And then also, I got rid of this weird shape in the middle of mid and made it into a rectangle, simplifying everything and making things like understandable, a little easier. And a change that you can't see in mid throughout is that I made the ceiling way higher and it'd be easier to see that in the blackout version when we get to that. So I made that way made that really taller or higher. And the big change I made in the mid is that I got rid of the stairs right here and turned it into an elevator because I felt like the gimmick at first was that I wanted to keep the gimmick as like a site above ground and a site below ground. But I felt like that wasn't enough, and I wanted something different that another map has. And the idea came out was that I wanted to add a elevator or like a platform that lowers or it goes underground, or if you push a button, it goes above ground. So yeah, that's the thought process. So if you push a button over here and get inside the elevator, it will go down to B. Push it again, it goes back up to mid. So that's the idea for that, and I thought that's pretty cool and unique, and makes the map like in its like, its own thing. And it's pretty cool. But that's pretty much all mid. Changes I did to mid. And I'll get more in depth with that elevator in the blackout version, which should be easier to understand. Now we'll get to B. So for B, this is the old B. It's really basic, had nothing going on around it, and it's really open. So I wanted to change it up and make it more, add more to it, and make it more detailed. So here is the new B, and you can tell it's just a lot more going on, and we'll get right into it. So for this spot right here, this entrance of B itself, this will be pushed back because this will be like right here. I didn't really get to this part, but it will be back here. It will all be way pushed back, and you'll be able to peek this angle first when as attacker, and then after that you can peek this angle next in the B site. I feel like that was like, kind of weird having like if you're peeking this right here, you're exposed to like angles like in the B, from B site. So it'd be kind of weird. Just when you're clearing like stairs, stuff like that. Also, interchange, I got rid of the slant angle over here, got rid of that, and made it a 9-degree angle. And then for B site itself, I added a window, the peek in the site and the B site, and then also add this pillar that creates this L shape elbow pretty much attackers can use to get in the site bet easier instead of having all that open space that was here before. And also, I got rid of this double stack box, got rid of that, and I added this one box that has a small box attached to it, something like in Haven that you can see, and, that was about it for all the B changes. 'Cause I still have the ramp back here, the little platform they can climb up with the ramp and get a little height advantage. But other than that, those are all the changes for B site. And with that being said, those are all the changes I did for the digital sketch that you can see the new one. Now I'll get into the Blockout version, explain those changes, go more in depth in those changes, and visually show you what I did. Here I have is the Blockout version for factory, the newer version, and you can tell visually they look way different from the previous version, and it looks like more like a factory than before, which is pretty cool. And let's get right into it. And so we're attack respawn, pretty much the same, nothing new to it. I did move the barrier up from A to like right there. I'll get into it in a minute. But this is the character size I was working with that when resizing everything. So there's that. I did push this wall back a little bit just to give this a lot more space, make it more open. And then here's the lane that leads towards A. The box that's still the same. Only jets and omens get on top of that and like raises. And I pushed this wall up so that attackers have more room to work with and get closer to the A site. And then they have control of this little cubby right here that when they peek out and when bears go down, they have this like space instantly. They have control of that instantly. And then they have this box to work with too, and this small box they can jump on top of and get a vertical angle. And then defenders can push up here and get like a little off angle. Possibly, you could be playing. Say you're playing a jet, you can get up here, playing the slanted angle, and get a pick, dash away, possibly. And then for attackers, you have this little cubby right here that you can work with, but only like one person by hide here. But like, multiple teammates can like hold here if they want to. But overall, it's like the space right here is way more open. Before it was like really tight and there wasn't a lot like way to move around. But now you can actually stack up your team now and like push out the site and get the Sege site. And now you can peek here without getting shot in the back. So it's not 50-50 angle anymore. Like you can pick this first and then peek this next safely. And it's, you gotta worry about this angle right here. That's about it. And with back of sight, you have it's not slanted anymore. It's straight up. It's a straight like, 90-degree angle. And also, I pushed this wall back too, and making the plant zone further away from the A main entrance. Because before it was like up here, really close to the entrance of A, but now it's like way back more in it's like there's more space now in the map, and it takes longer. The defenders have like a longer distance to plant and like close up to the A main. It's better. But overall, the changes to A and the A main. But I think they're really good because there's like a lot more space to work with and for both attackers and defenders. So I think it's really good. So I have a lot of space. Now I'll go to mid. I'll start from attacker spawn. Same thing is you have two ways to pick from to go towards mid. This right here this leads to a platform that I can jump on top of and peek it in the mid. And over here, you just have like the normal way it's going down. Just there's no verticality here or anything. I got rid of that box too I talked about before, but the orb is still in the same spot. I add the slant angle still here a little bit, not as much in the previous version, but just there a little bit. But then the orb is seen by the platform over here, just like how it is on C Long on Haven, where you can see like the orb all the way from like C site, something like that. And then got rid of the slant angle, like I said, and made it straight, like a 90-degree angle. You peek from here around the corner, and then double stack still the same right there. And I also got rid of the 50-50 angle right here as well. So now you can pick this angle first towards the elevator and around this portion of the map. So, okay, you can even notice one of the main things that changes is the height, ceiling, and it's way more higher than before. Because before it was like all the way down, like probably toward like right above like the platform right here. It was really low. You couldn't really move at all or to get like the updraft or anything going. But now you can actually updraft with no problem, raise satchel with no problem. There's a lot more room to do stuff now, like shoot mollies, stuff like that. Use your util, which is really good, and it's better for gameplay. Now about getting to the room with the platform in it, pretty much the same. It's a lot more open space in it, and the slant angles is here a little bit, not as potent as before. So it's there like a slight bit to like, still peek and having room to clear things, peek outside or peek out of this area. The main thing I added to this room is this the skylight right here that you can use like the thermales or like use lineups for like to hold off the sight if you're far away. Or even if your attackers, you take this control of this and you want to play lineups right here, you could if you really wanted to. There's that. But the main thing the mid I changed is to add this elevator, which my idea for it is that like you push this button, you get inside, and then you descend, and these doors would close pretty much, and then you'd be introduced to the lower site, which is B. My problem with that is though is that you gotta like time yourself into like the elevator, but I tried it with I tried figuring out like what it would be like if I put the button inside, but like if I put the button inside and like actually it could be better too. So I put the button inside and these doors close and you go down and descend. But then you wouldn't be able to get up top though. You'd be at the bottom to push the button if there's just one button then. But I think for now I'll just keep it outside and I'll probably just test that more. Or think about it more and see which way is better. But for now, that's how the elevator will work. But I think the elevator is pretty cool and it's a cool gimmick since like it allows the players to get down the site in a different way. Because there's two different ways. Like I said, there's like the stairs over here and the stairs over there for defenders and attackers. So it's really cool to have like this little gimmick in mid. But overall, it's mid. I think the changes to it are really good. Just having all that just more open space and get rid of the 50-50 angles right there. And yeah, and just like there's a lot more to do now. It's just like it's not low enough, like so you know it cuts off a lot of stuff to do. But now it's just like really open and there's a platform here and it's really cool. There's a lot of verticality to it. Now we'll get to B. Push over here to the stairs. Go down the stairs. We got this little cupboard here, a control of for attackers. We're interested in this double stack box. This little orb, it's the same. Like I said in the diagram, I pushed this wall back, um, so that it's not aligned with this wall right here, making it for like a weird like you peek this, you peek into that, but now it's just like you peek into this and you clear that angle. Then after that, you can peek this angle and clear into the site and move into the site. But as you get into like if you're attacking and push up to here, you can should I fix that, put that there. And you can look into the window. For defenders already have this like, area already, so all you gotta do is peek in the site, and they can stop playing if they want to. If they're not smoked off, and they can just play from here, and you see all the site pretty much. Pretty cool. Pretty much like heaven in a sense, but underground. And then okay, this in the beast site, which is I think is way better than before because in the other version it was like really bare bones. There's nothing really going on to it. But now, like I said, you have this window now. Got this pillar that creates like an elbow, pretty much that you can go through and to get in the site easier. Because before you didn't have this like if you had this pillar here, it was like open space and you could shot from A main. It was a B main and couldn't really move out. But now you can actually get yourself out of sight and take space. Also, instead of the double stack box, like I said, I had this like, little spot like I was on Haven, where it's like logs pretty much. You climb up here with a small box and hold from here. And also, I had this double stack box that I didn't put in my diagram, but you put turret up here, updraft from here, and play like a long angle pretty much if you want to. Probably good for like ups if you want like to hop up here to the up and shoot and then dash away. Pretty cool. But overall, that's B site. I think it's way better than the previous B site. Since there's like a lot more going on to it. It's not just like as like straight. It's still straightforward, but there's a lot more going on. It's not just bare bones. I keep saying. So I think it's pretty cool. And then there's the stairs leading to defender spawn, but it's still the same. But other than that, that is factory. The changes I made to it, and I think they're really good. It's like it allows for like more gameplay. It's like the spacing is better, and yeah, I think it's just it flows better in a sense. And I like to hear your feedback on that. And if you like if you like the map, if you like the changes, if you didn't like the changes, and I like to hear that. But other than that, that's the new factory I worked on, and I hope you liked it. Have a good one, and enjoy the rest of your day.